Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Friday, the 24th of March. So, looking at the euro dollar first, and as you can see, we've already had a fair old move this morning. It's continued this sort of move that we've seen over the last 2 days, effectively to the downside here at the moment. It's really a question of whether it's finding a bit of support, and it on some time frames potentially. The only thing is we are putting lower highs, lower lows in at the moment. It's already ticked all the boxes for me this morning. It's making it quite a difficult trade in terms of the distance it's already made as well. When you see this at this time of day and it's already done, well, actually it's not done too many points. Actually, it looks more than it really actually has. It's partially because of yesterday being such a tight ranging day in total of only a horrible 37 pips. So we're seeing this sort of tighter ranges. In that case, yeah, there is some more potential to come out of this. When you look at the daily average true range at the moment, well, it's dropped down to about 69 pips. It's not made it particularly, it's certainly not volatile at the moment, that's for sure. So, but there certainly is, as you can see, as of yesterday, quite a bit of chop in this market. My preference in terms of what we're seeing here would probably to be to the downside. Maybe look at towards that 60-minute 200, but in the ranges we've seen here, I feel less sure about what's happening here. As I said, it may just be grounding out a bit of a base, and well, if it breaks these lows, well, the 60-minute 200 looks like a potential if it will run that far. But judging by its average true range at the moment, it may not even get that way. But that's a potential. Any pushback up above the daily pivot, well, would be looking for yesterday's highs, maybe a bit more. Cable also had a bit of a move this morning. You see it's done most of yesterday's range. Again, the average true range slipping down 96 pips. So these markets are starting to consolidate in terms of the ranges. They're certainly less volatile than they have been. And when we're looking at shorter time frames here, still, to me, hasn't put a lower low in. It's still got potential. We can break back above maybe the daily pivot. It'd become a bit more bullish at the moment. It's neutral. It's already hit the daily pivot S1, and it's as I say, it's done most of yesterday's range. Now these ranges are tight, and at some point we generally see some sort of more expansive move. It may be we're just waiting for the sort of next week's signature of the chapter 50, but really how much that's really going to affect the pound, well, we'll have to wait and see. But for now, maybe if it gets back above the 60.21 there, 34, it may be an earlier long position if it gives something there. But it's certainly, just looking on the 4 hours here, it's got that sort of support area. It may just looking at our bands as well. Yeah, may just get a bit of traction from here and push back up. So I'll just need to watch it this morning a little bit, but might not have a lot of room in it. That's the only thing in terms of what we got, how we've moved so far. Dollar yen, well, seen a bit of a retracement in dollar yen, having mostly sold off yesterday. Divergence still at the lows there on the 4 hourly, which well, maybe a break of this upper trend line here back above its R1. Again, the ranges are smaller. If we come back, just sort of looking at average true range, drop below 100 as well now, 92 pips. So certainly seems to be moving into summertime far too early. But maybe, as I say, it breaks the R1, could push up towards that 100 MA. Not a lot of target for me, though, at the moment for intraday trading. The Aussie dollar, well, that's just sold. Continued to the sell-off. It's a bit more euro-ish, but this is well more to the downside than the euro. Untouched daily pivot, maybe if it was to start rolling through, setting something up a bit more positive. However, it's not a currency I like trading through the UK or London time period. It certainly wouldn't be for me at the moment. I'll leave that alone. Let's have a look at the Canadian dollar. Another one that's got into, you can see from this daily, 1. Again, it's down to 78 pips average true range, so it's tightening up a little bit here, and it's in the quite a chop zone from this daily point of view. Spikes one way then the other way. Not the clearest of markets at the moment. Shorter term, maybe it's not looking quite so bad. I must admit, I would prefer to be trading it to the upside with the volatility the way oil's been going. Although, well, it's consolidating a little bit as I speak, but it has got an untouched daily pivot below. If it can gather any strength, maybe it will get down towards that sort of area. As I say, my preference is possibly to look at playing maybe a bounce off if it gets down to the pivot. So if it bounces, maybe playing a move back up to the highs there. Certainly, these markets they're not the clearest, I should say, this morning, and there's not a lot really to drive them. We've got the flash French and German manufacturing services data out at 8 o'clock, 8:30 respectively. And then there's not really too much inflation in the Canadian inflation at 12:30. Just looking at, we've got Fed speaker due to speak at the Federal Reserve System Community Development Research Centre. I don't see a lot of action happening at 12 o'clock on that basis. So not a lot that I can see really to run there. Maybe at 12:30 there's some core durable orders, goods orders. That's a bit of a volatile number. It may give a bit of a move to the dollar pairs. That's it for me. Have a great day. Bye for now.